You grew up in the house everyone else wanted. The pool, the private school, the car at 16 that your friends' parents were still paying off in their 40s. From the outside, your childhood looked like the finish line other people were still running toward. But the real answer is far stranger. Somewhere inside that house, you were quietly falling behind in ways no one around you could see. Behind on what exactly? You had everything, because everything and enough are not the same word. Psychologist Suniya Luthar spent over a decade studying teenagers in wealthy suburbs, expecting to find calm, well-adjusted kids. Instead, she found depression and anxiety at rates that matched, sometimes exceeded, low-income youth. Substance abuse ran higher too. You were not the exception. You were the data. So what was actually missing? Not money. Attention. Luthar kept finding the same combination. Intense pressure to achieve, paired with parents who were physically present but emotionally elsewhere. A parent home by 6, but on a call until 9. Presence doesn't scale with a bank account. In your house, it may have gone down as the money went up. Think about what that does over 18 years. You learn to read a room for approval before you learn to read your own feelings. Psychologist Madeline Levine treated teenagers in one of the wealthiest counties in California and saw kids who had never heard the word no about a purchase, but never heard the word proud without a condition attached. Take away the achievement, even for a weekend, and there's a strange emptiness underneath it. The sensation of standing on a stage after the applause has stopped. Here's what should unsettle you. All that comfort didn't protect you from difficulty. It may have removed your ability to handle it. A tutor finished the assignment instead of teaching you to finish it. It felt like love. But researchers call what grows in its place learned helplessness. First documented in situations where nothing an individual did change the outcome, so eventually they stopped trying. That paralysis you feel over ordinary setbacks has a history. It was built one rescued moment at a time. And here's the twist. Researcher Robert Kenney at Boston College's Center on Wealth and Philanthropy found the danger was never about how much money surrounded you. It was about what the money was used for. Money that removed struggle correlated with worse outcomes. Money that opened a door but still made you walk through it yourself did not. Same house, completely different inheritance. Kenney's interviews turned up something quieter too. Adults, decades into inherited wealth, who still privately wondered whether people liked them or liked their money. That doubt doesn't fade with a bigger balance. It calcifies. You cannot out-earn uncertainty about whether you were ever loved for yourself. Think about the moments that shaped you most. Probably not the vacations. Probably the one time no one bailed you out. Everyone assumes the wealthy kid had it easy. What nobody accounts for is that ease stacked high enough becomes its own deprivation. Deprivation of the evidence that you, without help, can handle something hard. None of it was cruelty. Every rescue came from love, or from a parent's own discomfort watching you hurt when they had the means to stop it. Your family just had more tools to act on that instinct, more consistently than most people get the chance to. That's the inheritance nobody puts a dollar figure on. Not the house, not the trust fund. The quiet transfer of an assumption that difficulty is something else exists to absorb for you. It felt like protection the whole time. It reveals itself as a debt later, in your first real crisis, the one your family's money finally can't buy its way out of. So you grew up in the house everyone else wanted, the pool, the private school, the car at 16. But maybe the finish line you thought you'd already crossed was actually the starting line everyone else got to run, and you were quietly carried past.